All right, babies, it's that time again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's busy at the gym here. Can't find a parking spot. All right. So we're in Luke 13. And there's a passage in there about someone complaining about a fig tree, that it's not producing fruit. And so they're like planning on just cutting it down. And the guy says, no, let's dig around it, fertilize it for a year. And if nothing happens after that, then we'll cut it down. And that's it. It's kind of just a practical story of taking care of the planet and the things that produce fruit. And so I just think that's useful, that in our lives, sometimes we'll be doing things, we'll be like, I don't know if I should be doing such and such a thing. And like, if you give it time and you nurture it, you might find it's useful. Or if not, then you get rid of it. But I think it's kind of a good practical example of how to take care of ourselves and not just like get rid of something. Like people say, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and you just get rid of it. Or something you're having trouble getting rid of, but you're not really sure how to change your routine to be free from it. Give it time, seek God, learn to try to get some good out of it. And if after time you can't, then the Lord will give you the power to just remove it. Oh yeah, baby. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that, babies. It really doesn't. It's the Bible worship that gets people into attitudes that just don't work. Yeah. Because there's some of God in the Bible, and then there's some of not God in the Bible. So you gotta, again, good example of it, just like the fig tree. Give it time. Whatever the idea is, nurture it. If it's working and producing fruit, nice. If not, it's not God. Sorry. You can't just say whatever's in the Bible is God. You just can't do it, baby. Because if it doesn't produce fruit, it's not God. That's it, baby. That's all there is. So today, I think we're going to play some piano. It happens to be my birthday. I'm 64 years old. You notice the excitement in saying that? But hey, I'm still going to the gym, right? I'm going to be here for 3 hours, doing what I can, trying to lose weight, trying to take care of my body, trying to stay healthy, trying to stay connected with the Lord. Yeah, let him do his thing, baby. Yeah, my sister, she texted me. She said something, may the Lord give you his grace and peace, or something like that. And I just responded, he can't help himself. Consider it done. He'll be doing that. Thank you. So, nice day. Sun's out. Gorgeous. Yeah, baby. So after I'm done, I don't know if you realize, but when I go through the Bible, I go through it in the 9 different sections that it was collected in. So you have the first 5 books, the Pentateuch, then you have the so-called history books, which are primarily not history, but that's what they're called. They're mostly legends. Then there are the poetic books, and then you have the major prophets, the minor prophets, then the Gospels, then the book of Acts, which is the New Testament's version of history, which again is not exactly accurate. Then you have the letters, and then finally the book of Revelation. So once I'm done with Luke, which was today, then tomorrow I'll jump into the book of Acts and see what we can find there. Again, looking for things that produce fruit. And if they don't produce fruit, it's not God. But give it time. You got to give it time, just like the fig tree, because you can't just assume it doesn't produce fruit because you don't like what it says, or it doesn't match up with your idea of God, or whatever certain mindset you have and how you respond to that verse. Give it time, water it, nurture it, fertilize it, see if it can produce some fruit. And after a decent amount of time, if it doesn't, and you've been honest and your heart has been in a good place to receive from God concerning it, then you can be done with it. Because I'm feeling like when I get done with all these verses, my Bible search here, I don't know how much of the Bible I'm going to actually be returning to, because some of it, like the book of Judges and Joshua, I'm just never going to want to go back to those books. They're just full of stories about military conquest, and that to me is just a sign of man more than a sign of God. All you have to do is look at what's going on right now in the Middle East, right? And you don't see any God there, do you? No. Why? Because they're using power to punish an enemy. God doesn't do that. No. Yes, we've had situations in the past where, military power was useful. We'll say like Hitler. But outside of that, I don't really see any. Do you? I don't. We didn't have to spill our blood to break free from Britain, did we? Could there have been a different separation? Probably. So, yeah, not a fan of military activity. Because for me, I look at like the life of God is, we'll stick with the fig tree, right? The life of God is one with his creation, free to grow in the right environment with the right conditions, and fruit is produced, the goodness of the earth for the benefit of all. That's how God works. He doesn't work in forcing his will on other people through violence. And if you look at like so much of the Old Testament, it reads that way. And you know that if that's the case, then that's got to be the product of man's idea of what a powerful God would look like. He would look like one that is punishing those who come against him rather than giving life to those who stay true to him. Oh yeah,